Hello everyone and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. Today I'd like to talk to you guys about my Irish academic experience. As you guys know, this past year I was in Ireland studying for my master's degree. I got an MA in creative process through Uversity, which is a program where a bunch of different Irish universities get together to create this program and this MA, and you get to pick and choose different courses in different universities. So let me just explain how this works. Basically, you get into the university program and you can get into it through a scholarship, which is what I did, or you can just pay full tuition. You apply, you get in, you get a student counselor or someone really incredible that's gonna help you build your classes and help you choose which classes to take based on what it is that you want to do by the end of the year. So I come from film in undergrad, film studies, film production, and I wanted to step a little bit away from this, so I decided in my university courses I was going to choose courses more related to contemporary art and literature. You can choose courses in music, creative writing, filmmaking, or more practical studio work. There's a bunch of options available. And because I knew what I wanted to do as my final project, you don't need to go into it knowing exactly what it is you want to do as your final research project. You can just go in with a vague idea and find out during the day, which is what's so special about university. They are just very open to the process. It is, after all, the main goal of the masters to just explore creative process, because I knew what it was that I wanted to do in the end of the year, and it was a series of short documentaries about Dublin and Dublin life and the artistic community in Dublin. I decided to stay in Dublin for the entire year, but university is also great because as it has a bunch of different universities throughout the entire island of Ireland, so Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, you can basically choose where you want to spend each semester. I spent both my semesters in Dublin. I had friends who were in Galway and then Dublin, and friends who were in Cork, and friends who were in Limerick. So basically you just, based on what courses it is that you want to do, what modules it is that you want to take, you just move cities if you want to or not. That's how the main thing works. You decide, you build your own curriculum, and then you have some things that everyone needs to do, and that is the core module. It's held in Limerick, and it's just an incredible course where you truly explore more what it is to be creative and what creative process is, so you get more in depth into the main themes of this master's. So there's this academic part that you build based on what it is that you want to achieve, so creative writing, playwriting, acting, filmmaking, whatever. And there's this part that is constant for everyone in the program, that is about exploring your creativity and your process. And I think both of those things come together really nicely. I got to do a lot of creative stuff throughout the year. They really incentivize you to just create and share the things you created with your group, and the group of people they select is just amazing. I made like really incredibly talented friends, and I just miss them so much. This is the thing that I miss the most about Ireland, just getting to see those wonderful people and you just feed off each other's talent. And that's so great. The final project basically works like this. It depends a lot on what university you decide to do your final project in, because university is only a program. They don't get to actually evaluate you on anything, so you have to always be in a host university. So for the summer, you choose a host university and do your final project through their standards. I chose to be at NCAD. And I'll talk a little bit more about NCAD and UCD, which are the two colleges that I stayed during my semesters. But NCAD is basically an arts college in Dublin, and I did my 5 films. There are 5 documentary short films that are kind of artistic, kind of not. They form what I've been calling a constellation of emotional cartography. It's basically me exploring Dublin and creating my own creative and imaginative remapping of the city. It's very complex. Those videos will be online soon. I've created a special YouTube page. You can see links down below or here. It will be everywhere. You will get to see the films that I created. I'm just working on subtitles so that my Brazilian friends and my non-English speaking friends can see it too. But anyway, those films will be online soon and I'll share them with you. I'll let you know. So because I chose NCD to do that project, the standards are a little bit different. Each college is different. So the sooner you can decide what project it is that you want to do and what college you want to do it in, the sooner you can just plan how much work you need to do. So basically I had to do those 5 films and I had to do a 10,000 word research. It ended up being more like 15,000 word research, but that was just because I had more to write. Each college is different. I know some of my friends got to do only the creative work. They didn't have to do any research. Some people had to do even more research. Some people got to do their creative thing and just a reflection on their creative thing, not necessarily a research paper. So it depends a lot. Just beware that you probably need to write a research. Most colleges ask for that as well as the creative work. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the colleges that I went to. I went to NCD, which is a small arts college, and it's just really great. Most of the people there are working Irish artists. There are a few international students, but not that many. And in general, people were a little bit older. They weren't just fresh out of college. Some, of course, were. Some were like NCD alumni, because NCD is one of the strongest universities for arts in Ireland. Classes were amazing and was just so complex and wonderful. I did the MA in Contemporary Arts. They have also MFA in Fine Painting, Sculpting, a lot of things. I'll link their site down below. You can just check it out. It is a wonderful university. I'll more than recommend it. It is great. And it's also great because they are so open to you being creative, so you can change your assignments, maybe do some more creative work. They're very open to talking to you and seeing what it is that works for you. Then I have UCD, which is a much bigger university, and it is where I studied literature. And it's just much more of a formal setting. It's huge, it's a huge campus. NCD is kind of small and cute and quirky. UCD is just like the whole shebangs. It is what you imagine a huge university is like. You need to do things in a much more formal way. But it was great education. People there were a little bit younger, so many more fresh out of college type people. And it was also like bigger on international students. They have a huge international students community. So there's that. I'd also say that Dublin in general has a different vibe than Galway and then Cork. Each city has a different vibe, and I will strongly advise you to just talking to people that live in each city to figure out what it is that you want, because the academic experience isn't everything. You have to live in a place and you have to see if that place fits your personality and what it is that you want. Just a piece of advice, Uversity is a fairly new program, so there's still a bunch of things that they are figuring out. So it's still not the best that it can be, but it's working on it. There are really good people involved, and I believe that if you choose the right modules, you'll get to have an amazing year. Just know that Uversity is very young and they are still evolving, and they are in the process of knowing what works and what doesn't. It will get better with time, but just so you know. And also, finally, because they're growing, they're gonna ask you to do a lot of outreach to make the program grow even further. They're gonna ask you to do a lot of social media, to be in videos, to get in touch with other prospect students and talk to them, and just in general be very much connected with Uversity and with the program, and do a lot of work for and with them. So if that's not your thing, if you don't feel like doing social media, if you don't feel like doing outreach or being like the face of a new program, then maybe that's not the program for you yet. Maybe just wait a few years until the program is a little bit more established and they won't need so much involvement from their students. But right now it is very like high involvement, so just beware of that. Other than that, yeah, let's talk more in the comments. See you guys soon. Bye.